In this tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys how to do an epic Verge design. So hi guys, welcome back to brand new Photoshop design tutorial. My name is Manny, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you guys how to do this epic Verge design. It's super simple, anyone can do it. Alright, so let's get right into the tutorial. As you guys can see here on the right hand side, I've already have a few layers and I've started already, I've created the whole thing already. Let's start right away from scratch. So I'm going to turn off everything and also open my background layer here. So I started out just with a normal white layer, just opened a canvas and start right away. If you're new to this and you don't know how to do canvases, please have a look on the channel. I've created another tutorial. It's super easy. Just go to File, New over here, add your dimensions, hit OK, and you will be brought to this screen. Great, then I went online and I had a look for a cool background, which was this today, and I found something from San Francisco streets. I really love it, and yeah, black and white works good with my black logo. So again, what I wanted to do is first of all just have it as a normal background. I've imported it, stretched it out a bit just with the transform tool, and then also place it on here over the white layer, because now I'm going to take away the opacity a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take the opacity all the way down here to 60 or 50%. The reason for that is because if I have it on 100% and I have a type logo over here, you'll see it will not stand out that much, because today we are not blurring the background as we used to do. Alright, so what I'm going to do is first of all just take the opacity all the way, maybe to like a 40%. That's a little bit too white, so 45%, somewhere around there. Play a little bit with that. Okay, so again, typo is on here already. Then what I did is obviously just made a type font over here, so just typed with a cool font, the Verge, and you guys can also find that font. It's called Olympic Branding under the font.com, and go and search for brushes, so brush fonts. Okay, so let's also start doing that, because you guys can see I've done a few changes to this with these little loopholes in here, which looks really great. Okay, again, I'm going to go to the pen tool over here, just create a nice selection over here, and I'm going to write Verge, okay? And right away you guys can see I've already got the font selected. Otherwise, just select your text, head over here to your text types, and then you're just going to search for Olympic Branding once you've installed it. Okay, I've got that ready and I can accept it. Now, as you guys can see, this text, everything looks really good, but the V here in the front doesn't look nice at all. So I'm going to try to maybe just turn this off quickly. I'm also going to take all the layers to the top, so we have everything from scratch here and we're not getting confused. Okay, turn that on. I'm going to move it a bit to the side just with the normal move tool. And as well, we're going to make a duplicate of this. I'm going to move this one over and just text tool again, so just T on the keyboard, and I want to select all of it, and maybe with small letters. I've tested this before now. With small letters the V looks a little bit better. Let's turn this actually off here. So the small V looks a little bit better than the big one, so I actually decided to go with this one. It will look great with the rest, but now if we put it in here, it will obviously be a little bit too small. So let's first of all, what we're going to do is again take the text tool, select also our Verge over here, the name, the whole name, and I'm going to select the V and just hit backspace, delete that. And let's also maybe make that a bit smaller. So I'm going to select the whole text, make it a bit smaller so it's a little bit easier to work. Okay, accept that from the top, move tool, I'm going to move it over a bit again. And as well now taking the second layer over here, which is again another text, and that's the V here, and I'm first of all going to try to see if that looks nice enough, if the V is big enough or not. Move it over a bit more, text tool again, I'm going to select it and make it a bit more bigger. Something like that, accept it and move it next to each other. Yeah, and that looks kind of great so far. Okay, cool. So I've already created now a V, but it's actually the small V from the same font. I've just made it a bit bigger and also have the other font. So sometimes you have to play a little bit around. Maybe there's one letter that doesn't look that great, so then maybe take it from another font or a font that looks similar. So play a little bit around with that. Great, so we've got these two fonts now and the name Verge. Everything looks nice already, but I still want to add these little icons that we had in here before. As you guys can see here, these little things, how can we add those really simply? Okay, so I'm going to turn off that. I'm going to turn on the verge here and as well the other V font layer, selecting both, and I'm also going to press Command G now to put it together in a group. So I work on a Mac and that's why I'm pressing Command G. If you're on a Windows, please press Control when I say Command. So Command G, we have a new group here. I'm going to put it just a 1 over there, and we're going to make a duplicate of that. So duplicate with Command J. I'm going to double click on here and rename that to 2. And now why I did that step is because I'm going to turn off this layer 1 and have that as a backup, so as a safety layer for instance. Okay, going to take 2, put these on again. I'm going to move them into the right position, somewhere over here. And first of all, I'm going to hit right click now on the selected layer here on the V-type layer, and just going to hit rasterize type, so we can now actually work with this layer. Also with urge here, right click, and I'm going to say rasterize type, and now again I can go into this and work a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to press Z, zoom in a bit closer, and first of all I'm going to start with the V, so select again the V layer. And now with the pen tool, I'm going to cut out small little pieces from the whole font. Press P on the keyboard or select the pen tool from the left hand side. If you're new to the pen tool, please have a look on the channel. I've created another tutorial teaching you guys just how to work with the pen tool. Now, when you do these little ickles in here and these little cutouts, try to always just do one cutout per letter, or maybe one big one and a small one. So maximum 2 cutouts. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit closer in here, take the pen tool again, and as well going to start somewhere here at the top, just making an anchor point somewhere down here and moving that all the way around. Now as well taking down here this little anchor point with Alt, moving that all the way back to the top, so we can obviously go back with our little cutout in the same direction. Okay, click over here and I'm going to make this little cutout. As you guys can see over here, we have that little one. So most of the time also try to do it into corners or on long straight paths here or directions, so that looks a bit nicer with some single letters. Okay, then as well down here I'm going to do another one, just playing around a little bit. And I already had tried this before, so I know somewhere I'm going to do this and it looks alright. So if you're going to do it, please maybe try doing 1 or 2. Then first of all heading over to selection again, which is right here on the top. So basically hit selection and again 0 feathering, okay, and you can now simply hit delete on the right layer. So just make sure that you're on the V layer. Okay, escape that, press Command D. Windows users, please use Control. And there you guys can see it right away, we have this little cutout here. So if you're not happy with that, maybe just do 1, so you can do 1 at the time. Okay, I'm going to go over a little bit more and also going to do one more over here. Okay, and with the pen tool, going to drag that path a little bit, holding Alt, selecting this little anchor point, going back, and again over here, like so. Great, so there we've got another one, and now I'm going to play around a little bit. Maybe going to do one in here. Okay, something like that. Always the corners again. I'm going to press Z to zoom in a little bit closer. P tool again. Alt, the anchor point to the top. Please guys, if you're new to this, also have a look at the pen tool. Great, then we've got a little ickle out of here. Then maybe at the bottom we can do a nice big one here for the G, I think, yeah, that's correct, for the G letter. And I'm going to do a nice big one, something like that. Hold Alt again, take the anchor point, move it back, and again complete the path here with the anchor point, which you're just going to drag and make a nice thin line over here. Let's zoom out. I want to create some more now. So first of all, again heading back here to selection, but I first need to press P. Okay, so I get back into the pen tool. Now I can hit selection here at the top, then as well the radius here, and also the rendering should be 0. Okay, and now select the right layer. So I'm going to select urge and hit delete. Command D, get out of the selection and have a look. That looks pretty cool so far. This one is a little bit too thick, but for the tutorial now it will do. Okay, so let's head over and I'm going to do a few more with the pen tool again, here at the top, just in the corner again, as well. Alt again, move this guy back. Okay, and complete that path, something like that. Great. And I'm going to do a few more now, maybe somewhere over here again, so it looks similar to the other E. Other I, actually. Okay. Something like that. Great. And I think so far that looks good. Maybe I'm going to do another one over here just in the end. That should look really, really great. Okay, not too round here. There's actually a little bit of a different shape. So I'm going to do one over here and another anchor point, another anchor point, and trying to complete this anchor point. Like so. Okay. And I'm going to zoom out. So this is super quick and rough. Take a bit more time when you do this. Take the pen tool again. Selection, 0 feathering, yes, okay. And as well on the urge layer, hit delete, Command D, get out of the selection. And you guys can see already what big difference this makes to your whole font here and your whole layer. Okay, taking both of those again, I can move them over a little bit, and there you go, already a quick Verge logo design, super quickly. And also I didn't play around with too much pen tool stuff with the font here, so it's basically a font that I've copied from somewhere and worked just simply with the font. So yeah, that's basically it for today's tutorial, guys. If you like this, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this tutorial, what you want to see in the future, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.